For problem number 4, we have find the height of a right circular cylinder of maximum volume that can be inscribed in a sphere of radius 15 centimeter. So as you notice, a sphere is just like a ball, yung ginagamit sa basketball. Then, you will draw a circular cylinder. This looks like this, guys. Yeah. Okay. So we have the sphere, and we can take this as our height, and half of this we can now formulate a right triangle using this inscribed angle b theta, and this we will consider this as our r, and this is the radius of our sphere. We all know from our analytic geometry that the volume of a cylinder is equals to pi r square h. As you notice, this is the area of the base of the cylinder, which is a circle, multiplied by the height. And this is the cylinder inscribed in a circle. So, with that, we can manipulate now our variables. So here, from here we have R 15 h over 2 theta. So we can see now that cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. Or we have now h over 2 equals 15 cosine theta. Or our h now is equals to 30 cosine theta. Okay? What is now our r? Our r is sine. R over 15. So R now equals 15 sine theta. So we have now transformed our R and H in terms of theta. So we can now substitute values. So our now volume of a cylinder is equals to pi r square is 15 sine theta square, and our h times h 30 cosine theta. So, if we multiply 15 square times 30, we have 6750. Pi sine square theta cosine theta. Then, we have this volume. Differentiate now the two. The volume. So, divide theta equals, ilabas mo lang tong constant, 755. Now, as you notice, we have multiplication. We have to differentiate the multiplication. So, product rule. So, copy the first. Differentiate the second. What is the differential of cosine? It is negative sign. Next, plus, differentiate the first. As you notice, we have this power. So we have now times 2 sine theta. So, 2 minus 1, 1. Then, differentiate sine theta. And that is cosine. So, we have now 6755 times negative. So, italikan na natin. So, ito nang gagawin natin. So, we have 2 sine theta cosine square theta minus sine cube theta. Then, ilabas natin yung sine. So, we have now 6750 theta sine theta to cosine square theta minus sine square theta. This is our dBdx. Add the theta. To maximize, just make dV d theta be equal to 0. So we have now 6750 pi sine theta to cosine square theta minus sine square theta. Bring this to the lower side. We have now 0 equals 2 cosine square theta minus sine square theta. From our trigonometry, we have sine square theta plus cosine square theta equals 1. Or sine square theta equals 1 minus cosine square theta. Substitute this here. So we have now 0 equals 2 cosine square theta minus 1 minus cosine square theta. So we have now 0 equals 2 cosine square theta minus 1 plus cosine square theta. Or we have 0 equals 3 cosine square theta minus 1. So let's continue it here. So we have now 3 cosine square theta minus 1 equals 0. So 3 cosine square theta equals 1. Or we have cosine square theta equals 1/3. Or we have cosine theta equals square root of 1/3. Or we have the square root of 3/3. So, we have now cosine. The substitute here because we will find theta. So finally, h equals 30 cosine theta. Or we have 30. Our cosine theta is square root of 3/3. Our theta now is 10 square root of 3 centimeter. And this is our final answer.